Quality healthcare and education is the most fundamental. Of course, there's always going to be needs beyond those fundamentals, but if the government of Canada is always there and the Liberal Party is always there for us in those areas, then certainly we will continue to serve as great citizens of this country.
I work in healthcare. I would like to see healthcare support, less wait times, more qualified healthcare professionals. Newfoundland has geography against us in that we have one city and then the rest is rural areas. So oftentimes these, people have to travel great distances to come and get any medical treatment, and they're often not reimbursed. There are also cases where our wait lists become so full that patients have to be sent to Princess Margaret, Toronto to get their cancer care taken care of. So I think addressing wait lists, addressing funding, and just overall organization of healthcare is a huge issue.
That equality of service across the country that we're all supposed to have.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, the economy too is huge. I mean, we're very fortunate right now to have a good economy. It's booming with oil and all that. But I mean, we've got to, again, manage that and make sure that we use our money wisely and we get as much out of it as possible.
Maybe add that extra layer to the economy people have been talking about. So Newfoundland has had some recent success with resources, but if you're not building on that,
it's going to run out. It's going to run out eventually. So we need to be sure that we have a long-term vision. I mean, you hear that from a lot of people, not just us. I mean, they're looking for a vision, for a plan, for something like that. So that's what we're looking for around here.
Terrific.
Well, I'd like to see the pensions indexed. I mean, a 2001 pension is not a pension today.
Right. See, both federal and provincial is more contact within the district itself. Okay, because like I'm from Grand Falls, Windsor in central Newfoundland, and I've been a Liberal since I was
Right.
And I tell you, there's very little contact with me or friends I know that are Liberals to get them involved, plus to get the young Liberals involved, because that's the future of our country.
Well, I think one of our major areas of concern is our seniors, and it's if you look at the demographics of the country, especially here in my province, we have an aging population, and I guess the support systems are really not in place to the point where they should be. Another issue is child care. There are a lot of people out there who are trying to get into the workforce but cannot afford the child care, and it's not available in our own
Of particular importance to me is search and rescue because of the poor tragedy with Burton Winters. I think is a very emotional issue when you have Conservative MPs talking about the Great Lakes and how they never call for help and dismissing our legitimate concerns about safety.
Should on the search and rescue thing with offshore, Coast Guard kind of thing with the deal, they're cutting out jobs, and I think you should focus more on that for safety.
Right. Well, I'm from BC, so I know the impact of those cuts are having out there, and they're having some impact out here as well.
The big issue for me federally is to have a strong national government that's going to have a common vision for all of Canada. Newfoundland Labrador is a small province. Our population is about the size of Hamilton, Ontario. So, it's important, especially for smaller provinces, to have strong federal leadership that keeps everyone pointed in the same direction as much as possible.
The issue is our resources, our natural resources, our fisheries, our minerals, where we don't have much control, especially over the fishery, and it's mostly federally controlled, right? And it seems like now everything is, as much as our minerals and everything else, we don't have an opportunity to develop right here in the province. Everything is being shipped out, which means loss of jobs and everything else. And right now, the big thing, even with the fishery, is they're even trying now to make deals to ship our fish out to China to be processed, and which means loss of jobs here again in the province.